Good day everybody, hope you're doing alright. So if you watched my abnormal video, you'd know that we already knew these skins were coming. Yes, if we just quickly hop over to here, yep. So about 20 hours earlier, all of these skins were accepted super early, but it's most likely because Facepunch wanted to make sure the Airborne update came out perfectly fine. So they, made sure that all the skins were accepted early, and then it was just smooth sailing, making sure the likes of the attack helicopter, the homing missiles, the parachutes, and all of the content in this new update came out ever so nicely. And perfect visual there for all the people that have just jumped in for this force wipe and are now trying their best to get an attack helicopter as soon as possible. So yeah, awesome stuff. Now, if we quickly hop over to the likes of here, we should go ahead and try and figure out which of these skins is and isn't abnormal. We have 9 skins right in front of us. Let's go take a look. So here is all of the banana. Then we got the HQM, then this, the 2 doors, and then the AK. The banana tier 2 armor is not abnormal. The high quality metal gloves are not abnormal. But the sand Rhino tier 3 is in fact abnormal. Both pieces are abnormal, and both the sheet metal doors, both the modern military sheet metal door and the UAP pilot sheet metal door are abnormal, but the wild boar is not abnormal. That means we have only 1, 2, 3, 4 abnormal skins this week out of 9. That's fine, there's no issue there, no problem, so that's good to know. And with the new rust door rotating in, we can of course do our buy orders for the regular skins. So this is what the regular skins look like now. The Rusto rotated like 2.5 hours ago, so yeah, not that much requests to buy, and I'm not surprised by this. And as you might also notice, buy orders only going up to about 90 cents. Why? Because we said this was going to be a 70 cent to 90 cent buy order. We'd rather pick it up at about 90 cents, and well, if it doesn't seem to sell very well or doesn't seem to hold its value, we'll just convert it into metal and then sell the metal for a little bit of profit. And then with the likes of the Charcoal Sketch MP5, basically the exact same thing. Pretty much all the buy orders below 90 cents. It's awkward, but it's just clearly not in demand. But they also didn't sell that much. Now, if we also take a look at the Pitter Poncho, yeah, this also doesn't have that much requests. The buy orders ended at 60 cents. We do have a $2 buy order here, which is a bit of a surprise to me, but clearly you can see hardly anyone's trying to sell these at a low price. Now, if we were to go over to the likes of scmm.app, of course these are the new skins, but I just want to look at the last week's skins one more time. This was the final sales overall, and yeah, all of the regular skins right here, they had low sales. Perhaps at some point down the line, in the long term, maybe someone walks in and manipulates it, buys out all the stock that they can, and it shouldn't be too hard because they didn't sell that much, and magically they probably will end up selling at like $10 a piece. Oh wow, I wonder what happened there. Well, they get manipulated. But it's more likely to happen to skins that sell in very low amounts, and with only 5,000 sales there, 6,000 sales there, and 8,000 sales here, that's pretty low. So yeah. But, of course, last night we also had our abnormal buy orders, and get a good look at the Chameleon AK-47. With almost 5,000 requests to buy, you got buy orders going already above $3. So yeah, the bulk of the buy orders kind of ended at about $2 last night, but then more people appeared. We've got a 10 here at $2.26, and then a few more here, blah, 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 blah. Climbs all the way above $3. Now, what is the rule that I keep telling you in regards to understanding true value of a skin? Well, that's only just come out. You can't judge a skin until everybody who has the ability to be able to sell it has the opportunity to do so. Basically, we have to wait a week. And you can already see the Chameleon AK-47 has someone here building up a fat 48 wall right there. What's he doing? I have no idea. Why is he doing this? I have no idea. Is it stupid? Yes. That's only going to badly affect the value of this skin. Don't build up walls. Sell in small quantities. Otherwise, you just scare people to undercutting you, and the prices probably end up, being competitive with each other, and it just goes down, 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 down. So 58 quantity on the Dmarket, and 48 is this right here. Or maybe he's just trying to intimidate people to list at lower prices. We shall see. But overall, I don't consider that a smart thing. Only list like up to 5. you'd more likely sell them a whole lot easier, and you'd probably make a whole lot more profit. But doing that only makes people want to undercut you by quite a bit. So anyway, overall, I still am optimistic for likes of this collection, and yeah, MP5 potentially on the horizon, and a LR300 version 2 very likely being submitted this weekend. So keep an eye out for that. Here we have the Redemption Custom SMG. It's got just under 3,000 requests to buy, and the buy orders seem to mainly end at about $2.50. We do have a $3 buy order here, but the main point I talked about this last night was I'm pretty sure this is going to emulate exactly how the Blackout Custom SMG went. So last year, Blackout Custom SMG came out like towards the very end of 2022. It dipped in price a fair bit, and then it rebounded and then went up because post-Christmas hit, and it peaked at $4, and I'm thinking, yeah, this is probably going to behave exactly the same way. It'll probably go down to almost $2, and then it'll rebound, it'll go up, post-Christmas hits. The whole Redemption collection, I think, is going to do very nicely, especially with the likes of what we now have in the general store. Yes, what do we have right over here? There we are, weapon racks, yes. So weapon racks have now been released, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be wanting these, or at the very least people who happen to have quite a lot of skins. If you're the person who likes to flex, well, now you truly get to showcase all of it. You get to have a very nice looking room with all of your guns displayed all along the walls, and I'm pretty sure investment into likes of full collections potentially will be on the rise because of this. But how much would that likely go up by? Probably not too much, but overall there is going to be a little bit more increased demand for full collections, and Redemption collections I'm pretty sure is going to be something that came out somewhat recently that's going to be, you know, get the benefit out of that. Anyway, so yeah, I do expect this to go down to about $2.50-ish at some point, and then, as I said, it'll probably boost up and go to about $4 towards the very end of this year. So all the better to you, Redemption SMG. Then we have the ghillie suit jacket. Now, I was very, very cautious about this. How many sales does it end at with? Okay, so it looks like it's ended at around 37,000 sales. Bare minimum, at the very least. I cannot guarantee how this is going to behave from here on now. Please remember, when the Berserker Cloak Jacket first appeared, we had buy orders going above $4 as well. But immediately, we got these people here. 94. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you listing 94 in a Steam market? Don't give me that, oh, I'm just trying to sell all of them at the same time. No, you are effectively killing the price just by being lazy. So please don't do that. If you want the price of a skin to maintain, or at least, you know, hold, only offer like 5 quantity. Let them sell, then list another 5. It's better to do that than unload everything, and then suddenly people will look at this with like wary eyes and think, oh no, it's looking like it's going to go down in price now. Because yeah, most people do look at that and think, well, yeah, and it's already happening. People are going to start competing, and you're gradually going to see 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and people just keep undercutting each other, undercutting each other, and then gradually the value of the skin just goes exactly like the Berserker Cloak Jacket, which we could probably see in the front page right now. Berserker Cloak, there we are. It's currently like $2.40. It did go lower. So yeah, it's $2.50 at the moment. Not the best, but it did dip down pretty low today. Yeah, I've had to remove the buy order again. It's awkward, but yeah, I mean, we shall see what happens next. Now, we do know ghillie suit, hoodie and pants were submitted this past weekend. Over the course of this next weekend, maybe we'll see even more ghillie suit stuff. Maybe armor. Maybe, I don't know, boots and gloves or something. Doesn't matter. If we see any new potential clothing or armor for the ghillie suit collection being accepted, you will see that jacket getting a nice reinforced increase in demand and an increase in price. But as of now, you can't judge it properly right now. You've got to wait at least a week, then look at it. Look at what the sales are like. Look how much quantity it has in the Steam market. As of now, it's not looking that good. And honestly, maybe it probably is better to just sell it now and grab the profit that you can before it really goes bad, if it's going to end up like the Berserker Cloak Jacket. Right then. Then we've got the likes of the Pug Furnace. Now, there is optimism for it in the long term. I do expect to see some more Pug skins being made. I do think this is one of the goofiest looking furnace skins that we've ever had. And the amount of sales that it had didn't really add up. It could have done better than that, but it didn't. And when you look at all the furnaces that came out this year, That pug furnace, well, it's one of the lowest selling furnace skins that came out this year. But when you look at this, compared to most of the other ones, he's goofy, he's silly, and I do feel like at some point he will be doing very nicely next year or the year after. I won't be surprised if we do see some more pug skins. I wouldn't be surprised if in the long term, especially maybe around post-Christmas time when more people return to play the game and whatnot, they will see him and they'll think, wow, I want him, and then suddenly the price goes up. So, yeah. But with the buy orders, doesn't have the most requests, and the buy orders went nowhere near $3. So, seems to end at about $1.30 mainly. Oh dear. So, a little bit awkward. We shall see what happens next. But I do not think it's going to be retaining that $3 price. Nope. Then we got the Fry sleeping bag. This also didn't sell that much. It only did like 11,600, 11,500. And yeah, like the burrito bag, it's probably going to have very low quantity. But it's a matter of, is anyone actually buying these? Because the burrito bag had very low quantity, but hardly anyone was actually buying them. And then you started to get like 1 or 2 listings that were like $1 cheaper than like the other listings. It was really weird. It was like $4, $3, $2, below $2. You could see it all right there. So the conclusion was, even though it's got low quantity and whatnot, and the prices aren't like, most of the prices aren't very cheap, it just doesn't look like people are actively trying to buy it. If there's no demand, there's no value. So awkward. So yeah, will this retain its value? Most likely no. It's not super close to $2. But in good time, could it go up in prices? Okay, maybe we just need like a burger sleeping bag to go with it or something. Burger rug? Yeah, we shall see. But I don't know. I don't really think it's going to be doing super great. It's goofy, but are people actively clamoring for it? I don't know. And do people prefer to have a glow-in-the-dark sleeping bag? There you go. So, yeah. Anyway, point is, doesn't seem to have that much interest, especially compared to some of these other skins, as you can see. So, with that, it's a wrap. That was last week's skins. Now let's go ahead and focus all of these skins and get a good idea, or try our best to figure out, are they good? Are they going to be good investments? All right. So, stretch a little bit. Let's go. So, top selling skin so far is the modern military door. So the rust door has been out for a good 2.5 to about 3 hours now. This is the top selling skin. Let's get a good look at it. So it's another sheet metal door, and of course we have 2 sheet metal doors that came out this week. So we have something we can directly compare to. That was the 2 sheet metal doors that we saw about 2 weeks ago. This is part of the modern military collection, and well, if you go take a look at all of that, we've got a lot of acceptances. This is one of the biggest collections in Rust. And it looks like we're now dabbling into the likes of deployables. So, if we just take a look here. Yep. Right. So, with what we have here, I get the feeling we potentially could see maybe like a tempered collection situation. What's that, Hedge? Well, essentially, tempered collection, it basically mirrors this. If we just quickly hop over to here, tempered, come on, show yourself. Right, here we are. Tempered has a ton of weapons and basically all the core pieces finished. We got the tier 2, the tier 3, and the hoodie and the pants. But what happened somewhat later on was that we got a whole bunch of deployables being accepted. That started towards the end of 2022 and it rolled into the likes of early 2023, stopped after only 4 skins. But anyway, the more deployables that we saw being accepted, the increase in demand for the pre-existing deployable skins, and then price went up as well. Very nice, very cool, and perhaps we could see the exact same thing potentially happening with the likes of the military collection. I'm optimistic, but what's next? I don't know, maybe an armoured door, garage door, furnace, what else could you think of? Small box, large box? Yeah, plenty of things could potentially be accepted, but I should point this out. He's definitely been trying in the past, but in terms of deployables, he's only ever made 1 previously, so we shall see. I am a little bit worried. And why are you worried, Hedge? It's a $2.49 sheet metal door. And you might sit there and say, what do you mean by that? So far this year, we've had quite a lot of $2.49 sheet metal doors. And if I just were to show all of the sheet metal doors that came out this year, let's go take a look at how they're holding up with their prices. Oh dear. Oh dear. $2.49. $2.49. $2.49. $2.49. Yep. Down 70, down 60, down 31, barely holding on. Yeah, that's not the best, unfortunately. Even the capybara's struggling a fair bit, but all Ruskins are suffering at this moment, alright? So, basically, I'm not that optimistic. You can immediately see why. But I can see some optimism if we do see some more military doors or deplorables being accepted in the future. So, it's abnormal. Yeah, you knew that was going to happen. It's abnormal. Look, I don't need to rush into buying it. I'd rather take my time. I'd rather see how many sales happen, and then I'll make a consideration. But we've had a lot of sheepmen of doors being accepted this year. For some strange reason, we've had 2 weeks worth, or we had 2 sheepmen of doors being accepted during the same week. I don't know why it's happening, but if you were to take a look at all the sheepmen of doors that came out this year, and then compare it to the amount that we saw last year, I think we're going to end up with even more this year compared to last year. 19 so far, compared to last year's 25. And how many more rust doors do we have for the rest of this year? You're probably looking at least maybe 15? Yeah, we're going to have at least 26 sheepmen of doors, aren't we? So I am expecting even more sheepmen of doors to be submitted and potentially accepted, especially with the likes of Halloween and Christmas still coming. So, yeah, I am not looking at this with a lot of enthusiasm as my answer. So, yeah, it's a cool looking skin, I will give it that, but I have to be aware other people exist, and other people tend to buy a lot of skins and then dump them when things look a little bit awkward. Do you need a little bit of a visual for that? Well, if we just take a look at this real quickly. If I just quickly hop over to here, what, page 3? Yeah, so look, this guy didn't seem to want his JPEG chest plates. And this guy over here, where are you? This guy didn't seem to want to keep his pirate pantaloons. So yeah, got to keep an eye on those buy orders. Otherwise, you're just going to end up spending a lot of money. But I'm kind of happy to buy these at this price because I know in the long term that will probably do a whole lot better. Regardless, you probably can't afford a problem like this, so please be aware of your buy orders that you made this year. So yeah, I will have to play it safe because I don't want to keep spending a ton of money, especially when we are still expecting Ruskin prices to keep going down all the way to a rock bottom point at some point in October. So September might be looking bad, but it's expected to still get worse. Yeah! That is the case. It's unfortunate, but it's a routine pattern that happens every single year. So that, it's abnormal. We're not going to rush into buying it. Yeah, but by all means, if you like the skin, buy it, use it, support the skin creators, keep them motivated to keep making more skins and whatnot. But in terms of the financial perspective, how many do I want to buy? Well, let's do those abnormal buy orders first. That's what we're going to do. All right, cool. Saying Rhino tier 3. Now, quite a lot of people were a little bit upset with this whole rust tour. How many of you were hoping to see the likes of Abyss tier 2 and Gilly hoodie and pants? Yeah. But what if I told you that this is actually a very, very, very nice thing to see? And you might be a little bit confused, but first of all, a brand new collection to look forward to. That's nice. And what do you reckon this is going to be good for? If you were to wear this, what environment would you potentially want to wear this in? Yeah, the desert. Now, what is the go-to collection to wear in the likes of the desert? You'd probably be thinking of the Desert Raiders set right now, won't you? Yeah, cool. So, do you see how this is worth $2.49 in Rust Store, and this one here is also worth $2.49, therefore making both of these worth about $5 for the pair? Okay. How much do you reckon Desert Raiders Tier 3 cost right at this moment? You think in your head right now, and I'm just going to quickly go ahead and bring it in, and what do we see? What's the price looking like? Yep. Over $50, about $50 to $60 for Desert Raiders Tier 3. What? Well, remember, this is also made by the same people that made Forest Raiders, so maybe that rubbed off onto this. Yeah, that's not cheap. Nope. Nope. So, yeah. Now you understand that the Sand Rhino is actually a pretty good thing to see right now. We're getting some very nice and affordable desert camouflage, and I do think people will be appreciating that. Now, here's another thing. You might sit there and say even the hoodie and pants are a bit expensive. Fair enough. Do you remember earlier this year we had complete the sets in May? Do you remember we had the likes of the military hoodie and pants? Oh yeah. Well, that's super cheap right now. You could just pair this up with our brand new Sand Rhino set, and hey, you've got yourself a very cheap and affordable desert camouflage set right there. And maybe you just go buy the Desert Raiders kilt. It's only $6. Solely. But yeah. Now you've got yourself a much more affordable option. So I do feel like that Sand Rhino Tier 3 will be selling quite nicely. And I do think a lot of people will be looking at this with positive eyes and will be anticipating the next core pieces to appear. The hoodie and pants and the Tier 2 armor. So yeah, brand new collection. Very likely going to sell fairly decently. I wouldn't be surprised if it does about 30,000 sales. It's a bit of a questionable thing because maybe people are still wanting to save their money at the moment, so we're going to have to keep an eye out for this. But yeah, Mr. Himmick, what's next? Is it going to be the hoodie or the hoodie and pants or the Tier 2 armor? I was about to say the hoodie or the pants. Wait, they come in a pair, you fool. But yeah, you have to keep an eye on the workshop now. You've got to read these comments and see what... Oh, well, there you go. It's right there. Like, that literally was asked instantly. We got an answer. Hey, there you go. So... Gotta keep an eye on the workshop now, don't we? So what's likely going to happen is we potentially might be seeing a continuation appear as early as this weekend. So be positive. Yeah. So what else is there to say? Well, it's abnormal. We don't need to rush into buying it. But of course, if we do see new Sand Rhino core pieces being submitted over the course of this weekend, all the better momentum for, you know, considering whether or not to buy this or not. You get the idea. You get the idea. So things are looking pretty good for this brand new set, and with the price of Desert Raiders, yeah, that's looking pretty appealing right now, isn't it? So positive thoughts, positive thinking. Thank you very much, Mr. Himmick. And oh, you actually did get some help. Your collaborator was Sepesh, so thank you to you too. Much appreciated, guys. And yeah, now we get to look forward to a brand new collection from here on now. There is always a profit to be made. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the likes of this UAP Pilot Door. So yeah, UAP Pilot is a collection, it seems. We have seen another alien skin not too long ago. That was the Rock. Yep, it was made by Little Ranger. So a bit of a kick in the teeth. Little Ranger was the creator of the Abyss collection. So yeah. Yeah, we never got this guy. Maybe he appears at some point in the future. So anyway. We're here to talk about this alien that looks really, really high. He's a glow-in-the-dark sheep matador, and he's really happy. I don't know how to think about this, because this is probably one of the goofiest looking doors that we've ever had. But I have sat here and said pretty much the exact same thing to the likes of that capybara door, and well, you know, that only came out a little while ago, and how's that holding up at the moment? Yeah, we literally just showed this off. So it's that $2.49 trap again. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It could sell $1.49. It'll still struggle. But yeah, sheet metal doors. Too many of them. Too many. If we keep seeing more UAP stuff, then all the better for it. If it turns into a deployable collection, that's nice. That's cool. We'll see if that works out. But at the moment, yeah. I've already talked mainly everything about sheet metal doors in regards to when I was talking about the modern military door. So the same applies to this as well. I am wanting to be extra safe, and I don't think this is going to retain its value. Things might work out very nicely in the future. Of course, we could always think like that, and we pretty much always do. But for the short term, not looking super great, so very much going to be a case of let's just wait for the abnormals, do the abnormal builds, look at it afterwards, then make a decision if it's a good idea to jump in and buy it. As of now, that's the answer. So let's move on. Alright, here is the high quality metal gloves. Now, this was a skin that had an immediate reaction, so if I just quickly hop over to here, back over to here, if I back out from here real quickly, we also have this tweet. So when we found out that the all the new skins have been accepted super early, within about like 5 to 10 minutes, the tier 3 armor immediately got bought out. Now that had 18 quantity, this had 22. What's it looking like right now? Let's go take a look. Alright, so we don't need you anymore, go away. And let's go take a look at the... Oh, by the way, Desert Raiders hoodie and pants are on the front page. Are they going down in price or up in price? Let's see. Because people probably are anticipating Sand Rhino hoodie and pants. So 1070. No, it's gone up because people are going to pair it up with the Sand Rhino. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Anyway, high quality metal, please. All right. So yeah, the quantity is still pretty low, but the prices are still looking extra fine. So just to give you some context, the high quality metal over the past few days, it was selling for like $1.30 each. So we just scroll down and yeah, you can basically see that at one point on September 6th, this was reaching a low point of $1.30. And then we found out what the next rush was going to be. Buy out. Hardly any quantity left, and yeah, now both of these are comfortably sitting above $2. And if we do actually see more core pieces now, all the better for it. For you see, the gloves were like a nice big anticipation alarm. Yeah, there's a fairly good chance we would actually see the likes of high quality metal hoodie and pants being made and potentially accepted. Facepunch seems to like it. Things are looking very positive for this. I'm getting a lot of pings. Oh, okay, don't worry, it's just the usual suspects. Right, so that right there, by default, I don't think it's going to be one of the top sellers. That's fine. But with what I just said there, I am confident at some point we very likely will be seeing high quality metal tier 2 or hoodie and pants being made. But we also had to take into consideration high quality metal is actually going to be competing now with the likes of Sand Rhino for a spot. Yeah, that's a little bit awkward. Hopefully he does hoodie and pants, and hopefully Diaz does like tier 2. Then we don't have problems then. Maybe they need to communicate with each other. But anyway. By default, with Roadsign Gloves, if they are part of collections, they have a decent amount of clothing and armour. They tend to do quite alright. And as you can see, all the gloves that we've had so far this year, they're doing quite alright. Look at that. That's looking nice. JPEG doing very, very nice there. But it's actually the lowest selling gloves, I believe, overall. I think it is, yeah. So all the better for that. But anyway, point is, this has got a collection, this has got a collection, this has most of a collection, this has most of a collection. We never got the tier 2. Anyway, point made is, yeah. Roadside gloves are actually a pretty decent thing to just throw your money at and just let it rise in price ever so slowly. So, roadside gloves, even though it did 55,000 sales, apparently, yeah, that's still $1.18. Still technically profitable. Yeah, I'm actually quite optimistic for that. I'm optimistic for the potential of more core pieces being made and accepted, and therefore we will still see a spike in demand, spike in price for the likes of these as well. How much will it compare to in terms of sales compared to these? I wouldn't be surprised if this probably does equal to or less than these two skins. So, yeah. Let's keep an eye on that one, alright? That's actually looking to be a pretty good thing to keep an eye on. It's not abnormal, but that doesn't matter too much. So, yeah, I'm liking that. Let's see what happens next. And, of course, we have to keep an eye on what Diaz probably says next. Alright? Yeah. Someone should ask him, hey, are you going to make hoodie and pants for tier 2 next? I'd like to know. Yeah, cool. Right. Now, let's talk about the banana tier 2. So, listen. I understand a lot of people aren't exactly super enthusiastic for it. At the end of the day, it's a brand new collection. It doesn't matter if you don't like it that much. If we still see new core pieces being made and accepted, it's still going to spike in demand, spike in price. Also, who hates bananas? Who honestly hates bananas? Seriously, guys, come on. Look, here's something that I've actually considered. How many full yellow collections do we actually have? Think on it. How many full yellow collections do we actually have in the game? You could probably say copper collection. It's a bit of a greeny yellow, but that could potentially be an acceptable answer. You do have toy collection, but that's incomplete. But most of the armor skins are out, so fair enough in that. But after that, I mean, it's orange. Heavy machine. Well, that didn't get completed. Yeah, we don't actually have that many yellow. So, looking at this, if we did end up getting a full banana collection being accepted, I'm talking with the hoodie and pants and the tier 3 armor, yeah, it still will go up in demand and up in price. So, think on it, alright? It might not sell that much, but if we do see more pieces being made and accepted, all the more room for this to rise up in price ever so highly. Because if it doesn't have that many sales, there's not a lot of potential excess purchases that are going to be causing quantity wars and resistance. It's just going to easily go up in price. Everybody loves bananas. Everybody. So I am optimistic for it, and of course you're going to see more banana skins being made. Guys, look at how many banana skins we've had so far this year. Of course you're going to see more banana stuff being made. Now, with the appearance of this banana armor, have we noticed any movement for the weapons? Well, last night we did see the likes of the AK on the front page, but it doesn't really seem to have changed in price that much. This is always one of those things I really want to see it to truly see if it makes that much of a difference, but not seeing that much of a difference. But maybe if we get the second core piece being accepted, maybe more of the banana weapons do go up in price. It's a learning experience. So anyway, from what I'm seeing here, I am looking forward to what potentially happens next. Will there be another banana skin being submitted this weekend? Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. In fact, if you were to look right now, you'll notice there's one skin that's currently waiting already, and that is the bolt action rifle. Wow, get a good look at that. So, yeah. Let's just keep an eye on the workshop. And, yeah, that's basically it. Keep an eye on the sales. I don't expect this to do a ton of sales. At best, maybe around 15,000. But that's still okay. That's like by default average, but still alright. So, yeah, let's just see what happens next with that. And then we've got the Wild Boar AK-47, and I'm sorry, but this is like the 5th AK-47 to be accepted over the course of, like, the past 5 weeks. Is that correct? Last week, the week before that, the week before that, 2 weeks in between. And then the week before that, 2 weeks in between, 2 weeks in between, 2 weeks in between. Yeah, okay. Right, but overall, we've got a lot of AKs that came out this year, and you might notice the vast majority of them aren't exactly doing super great, which is a bit unfortunate. Plus, we very likely will be seeing even more AKs being accepted, much like the Sheepman Doors. I wouldn't be surprised if we beat the total amount of AK-47s that we saw being accepted last year. We are up to, currently, 22. We have maybe another 15 Rust doors to go through. We also have Halloween and Christmas. Guys, we're going to have even more AKs accepted this year compared to last year, for sure. There is always another AK-47. And that Boar AK, I don't want to sound mean, but compared to what we literally just had after the past couple weeks, it's the timing, unfortunately. About how many people bought that AK last week? Let's just refresh our brains. The answer is about at bare minimum 26,000 sales. And then the week before that, we of course had the likes of the Pirate AK, which didn't actually sell that much, hasn't gone down in price too bad. And then the week before that, we of course had that cool looking Knights Templar AK. Guys, I would happen to believe if someone wanted an AK over the past month, they probably already bought one. So I don't think that's going to be selling too much, and I don't think that's going to be retaining its value, and I very likely will be thinking that's going to be a 70 cent to 90 cent buy order. Financial perspective. So, yeah, that's basically it. That's all the skins. So, not super optimistic in terms of the short term, more optimistic in the long term. We have to keep an eye on the workshop. Constantly, forever. You can't leave it. You have to stare at it all the live long day. Yes. More submissions soon. Okay, anyway, moving on. You have to put a reasonable bit of effort into being aware of what is appearing on the weekend. So, yeah. More optimistic if we do see continuations being submitted. Okay, so, what else is there to talk about? The Twitch drops. Yep, they're out now for a whole week. Get them whilst you can. I mean, you know, you got plenty of time, and all of these streamers, they do tend to stream long hours, so it's totally fine. In fact, I'm probably got my batch currently going through at the moment. What progress do I currently have? Well, oh, there you go. I've almost got that double barrel baguette shotgun. Very, very nice. Yes. So, yeah. Whilst I'm watching Crowley, I'm also getting the generic drop as well. So, yeah. Simply watching these, you get these, and that's not too hard to understand. Very nice, very cool. So remember, you have to have a Twitch account that is linked up with your Steam account. The Steam account that you intend to receive all the skins from. So please remember that. And if you want to learn a little trick, you can actually, because if you kind of want to watch your regular streams and don't want to have that constantly in your ear, what you could do is you could just hop onto a different browser and you could sign into Twitch. You could turn the volume on and you can just simply mute the tab. So as long as that Twitch volume is on, you still get progress. So a little thing to teach you about. So that's if you don't want to constantly watch the stream forever and ever and ever. You know, the choice is yours. So yeah, 5 streamer skins to chase after. A very, very nice looking double sheet metal door right there, which has that, you know, see-through mesh that might potentially be a little bit pay to win, but it's for free, so grab it whilst you can. And yeah, it looks like some people have already claimed their things. They must have started super early. Right then, cool. So we got that out of the way. Yep. So don't forget, you could also take a look at these skins here, but you're probably going to be getting them anyway, so yeah. And yep, we did see a few early picks this week. If I just scroll down, the makeup of this week was 1 and 2 early picks. We also had the likes of 1, 2, 3 regular picks. So that would have been in TGG's top picks list. And then we had 4 late picks. The Modern Military Door with the Banana Tier 2. Right, what could we potentially expect for next week? I don't know. I don't know. Like, I honestly thought this week was going to be very weapon heavy. Of course, with the likes of the weapon racks, but that didn't happen, did it? That didn't happen. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. I am optimistic that we very likely could potentially see the likes of maybe the Redemption Revolver. I look forward to the potential in seeing the Ghillie hoodie and pants. Again, maybe we'll see continuations of the skins here and potentially being accepted next week as an early pick. That is why I constantly do point out to you, please consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks, so you are constantly in the know of all the newest skins that have been submitted to the workshop. Do not forget, we have many chapters that you can easily skip towards. I am now putting an effort in to have a chapter for every single continuation that I see, and of course you can simply go through the whole list of skins all by yourself, because the link is always provided to you right there. So very nice, 97 skins from this past weekend, and we've already seen 2 skins being accepted. There's a very, very, very decent chance some more of these skins will be accepted in next week's Rust Store. Which one would you pick out? Personally, I'm really vying for a revolver, and I really do feel like that Redemption Revolver is the one. Baby, you're the one. Yeah, give it to me, please, please. I want revolvers. Also, we have the likes of Chameleon to look forward to. Now, the reason why I'm pointing out these collections is because I do get the feeling Face Punch does want to promote the gun racks, so of course you want to have more collections of skins, weapons to be precise. So yeah, these are definitely very good candidates. And yeah, that's basically it. Oh look, oh no. Well, you know, we we did point out that we've had many banana weapons, so couldn't hurt for maybe one more. Alright then, so that's basically it then. We've kind of gone through everything. If you want to constantly be in the know when I point things out and whatnot in regards to Rust skins, I do have my my Twitter, so that's always linked in the description if you want to constantly be in the know of any weird things that might be happening to Rust skins. For example, earlier this week, I made a bit of a fuss talking about what happened with these crossbows. So let's go take a look at that. We can do a little bit of a talk about this, because this looks like a manipulation that might have succeeded. So Crossbones, Crossbow. Right, what's the fuss about this, Hedge? Well, earlier this week, this was a much higher price. At the moment, this is currently only at $4-ish. But, as you can see here, what's happened? Whoa, what's that? It was a manipulation. Yep, that's not too hard to comprehend. You can see that. All the stock got bought out, and it just went up and up and up and up and up. But it was all artificial. It was all a manipulation. And then the people who are manipulating the skin, they peaked, and then they stopped support of it, and it's crashed in price, because they're no longer trying to keep the price up. So what also happened was, if we just quickly go over to here, Crossbones, you'll probably instantly get it, Crossbones, Crossbow. Yeah, there is apparently over 800 Crossbows now on Dmarket. Yep, and Dmarket apparently still thinks they're super valuable. But what I think happened is, if we quickly back over to here, as you can see, I get the feeling that these were sold to Dmarket. I don't know third party. This is actually a very good call out to all of you. Do you properly understand how these third party sites work? But the main point is, it looks like the skin was manipulated and then dumped onto Dmarket, And if you saw that previous picture I just had, they have some very valuable looking rust skins that they might have been able to exchange for. But with a very, very cheap skin, if they inflate the value of it, they could probably get a whole lot more out of these in terms of getting more of this. So did they kind of like trick Dmarket? Did they inflate the value of a very cheap skin so they could grab more of these and walk away with actual, genuine, valuable skins? Yeah. So this is specific to Dmarket, because if I look at all the other third-party sites, there's like one and buff, free and skin port, free and rust TM. Yeah, like it was just buff. If I can't zoom in anymore, can I? 804 quantity. Oh dear. Dmarket, I think you're in a little bit of trouble now, because a ton of crossbows just got thrown onto you. Right. So, yeah. Very, very, very awkward. But like I said, I don't really do third party, so I have no idea how Dmarket properly works. But I've shown that off to you. Feel free to answer in the comments. What happened, do you think? Was it a pump and dump? Quite literally. They pumped it, dumped it on Dmarket, grabbed valuable skins. I should also point out, Dmarket also has like CSGO skins and whatnot that are probably worth thousands, like knives and factory new skins, and you get the idea. Gloves. Sweet, delicious looking gloves. Anyway, yeah, so did we just see a robbery? Let's give this a quick refresh and see if the sales have changed, because it might properly update, but it looks like we still see the likes of the modern military door is still the top selling skin so far. Do you reckon that's going to last throughout all of this week, or will the likes of Sand Rhino Tier 3 surpass it? I do think Sand Rhino Tier 3 will be surpassing it. And after seeing the likes of the Desert Raiders hoodie and pants on the front page as well, well, yeah. But like I said, you don't need to buy that. You could just buy military hoodie and pants, which is a lot cheaper and will basically give you just exactly the same amount of camouflage in the desert area compared to the likes of that Desert Raiders. So, yeah. $10 for Rax Pass. Puh. Mr. Glassholio, can't afford $10? It doesn't sound like you're a rust skin enjoyer. $10. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Glassholio. Let's put it into words that are easy to understand. Alright? So, Rust Store. Rust skin enjoyers happen to have quite a lot of money. See, if we're going to have a lot of skins, as you can see, I have quite a lot of skins on this one account, I would probably be one who likes to flex. I must flex my skins, but how? Oh yes, I can buy these weapon racks. Yes, I can make a whole room dedicated to flexing all the collections that I own. And yeah, you get the idea. So, I got money. They know I got money. They're going to make me spend $10 so I can showcase all of my skins. Am I weak? A little. I might buy it. There you go. So, yeah. I must spend more money to flex more. Yeah. So, you shouldn't be surprised. Plus, they also didn't release a building skin this week, so they've got to make money somehow. How are they going to make more money? Come on. Right, well, we do know there might be a gingerbread building skin on the horizon, so we don't fully know what's going on with that. I'm still convinced it's probably a limited time Christmas event thing. That would mean everybody could make it, but we shall see what happens. Part of me also thinks, what if it was like a wooden building skin? Because it would still be weak. But for the role players and whatnot, they have something fun to play around with. Maybe sell it for like $5. But then again, go back over to here, the building skins, what are they currently selling for? That's like $15, and that's like $15. That's they're not cheap. So maybe a wooden one would probably be $10 or something. That's still quite expensive. Anyway, that's the reason why quite a lot of those gingerbread deplorables have been going up in price recently. By default, they go up in price because of Christmas. But that door was getting bought out. There's like no quantity. In fact, if we search by quantity... No, don't break on me. Work for me, please. Please. Oh, there you go. All right, that's two... No, other way around. No, I just refreshed. I'm hopeless. Sorry about that. All right, other way round. Yeah, we're getting to very low quantities for some of these doors. And yeah, there's probably going to be a lot less of them available when we get to around December time. But let's see. Will we actually get that gingerbread building skin being introduced? Now, how do we know about that? Face Punch commits. Yes, it's a brand new month now, guys. And it's probably a very good idea to keep an eye on these Rust commits now, because you can get a good eye on potential new content that will potentially be released next month or some point in the future. We saw a mention of a microwave last night. We also see placeable zipline platforms. So, yeah, maybe some interesting things on the horizon. But you're only going to be in the know if you constantly keep an eye on this. So this is the commits.facepunch.com page. You could just literally type in Face Punch commits, and you want to click Rust Reboot, and it's right there. Simple as. So be in the know. Keep an eye out for all the new potential content. Awesome. Yes, Micro. I said the microwave. Stop waving, Micro. Not like that. Shut up. Okay. So, I guess that's pretty much everything. We talked about what was necessary. We brought up everything that we thought was useful to you. And, yeah, all those useful little bits of information. Was this a pretty long ramble? Well, it went on for about 45 minutes. But you know what? That's shorter than quite a few of the Rust Doors that we've had this year. So, yeah, what do you reckon? Next week, do you reckon next week's Rust Door will be accepted super early again as well? Because it's happened 2 weeks in a row now. I don't know. But I am going to be keeping an eye on the workshop. And everybody else should. So, keep an eye on the workshop. Keep an eye on the workshop. Let's see what comes out over this weekend. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And have fun investing. Catch you later. See you.